The Luz Foundation has allowed us to create the Engineering and Business for Sustainability certificate program. Students are required to take a sequence of courses from 4 different areas: tools and methods of engineering and business for sustainability, processes, services, and products of sustainability, and policy and law.
I really love working in interdisciplinary environments because I think if we're going to solve sustainability problems, we need to bring in the appropriate disciplines. The reason that I like working with the Haas School of Business is sustainability has different legs. And certainly there's the environmental sustainability, but you can't sustain something unless you can sustain it financially over time as well. We never imagined that students beyond engineering and business would want to be in the certificate program. And now we have students from law, we have students from sociology, we have students from the College of Natural Resources.
Up to now, 70 students have received the certificate, and we have approximately 30 students signed up to receive it in the next 1 to 2 years.
One reason for the growth of the EBS program is the demand from industry. There has been more motivation to really take the triple bottom line seriously.
If you're a master's student and you get this certificate, you've gotten a pretty good basis for sustainability education. So you can certainly bring that to industry. If you go on to do a PhD, you've got that foundation. So when you take some of the more advanced courses in sustainability, they don't have to reiterate the basic climate science, the kind of policies surrounding environmental issues, because everybody has gotten that already.
Sustainability projects get dreamed up in our courses.
We are at the greenhouse of the Pinoleville Pomo Nation, and we're working on building the culturally sensitive, sustainable home that was developed as part of these EBS classes. I use what's called a human-centered design technique, and that means we make the humans the center focal point of any of the building of the design, and then the technology follows. And in that kind of process, we look at all the different legs of sustainability: economic sustainability, environmental sustainability, and then social sustainability. And it turns out on this project, social sustainability was really important.
Back in 2007, I took a class with Professor Alice Agogino. It was called Sustainable Product Development. And in this class, we brought together engineers, architects, sociologists, and also some business majors. And our goal is to really come up with how can we actually create an idea that you could actually turn into a real organization or a real business. How do you actually help people improve their current level of sustainability? These local communities wanted to be able to partner with other organizations to, one, not only quantify their current level of sustainability, but actually start designing and implementing these solutions.
The students came in and did not pose as experts right away, and that allowed the tribe to assert its kind of cultural principles, its ideas about technology, its ideas about social life.
I'm very excited about seeing this project done. I come up here every day and look at it and just think, wow, you know, looking at the hay bales and thinking about the insulation and trying to think of how could, in the future, could we get a little bit greener? You know, I don't know, you know, but it's exciting.
It's a tribe that believes that sustainability is key to their long-term survivability in this country. What do they actually mean by sustainability? Or when they said they wanted energy and water efficient buildings, well, what does that actually mean? Going through this co-design process, we've been able to realize that when they talk about sustainability, it's not just about greenhouse gas emissions, or it's not just about, let's say, embedded water. It's around these concepts of tribal sovereignty, concepts of economic self-sufficiency and environmental harmony.
You know, being a Native American person, I was raised with a close awareness to the Mother Earth and of our effect. And living here, I've always wanted to be a little more gentler in the way that we live, you know. This project, you know, the house being a straw bale, passive solar, and the water catchment, you know, gray water systems, fits right into a dream that I've always had. It's really important to me that we have a say in the things that we build for our future. You know, we just had a blessing ceremony yesterday. It was the first time my wife and my kids had seen anything. I mean, I told my wife, you know, this would be it's obviously a great opportunity for us to get a little closer to nature. And her first response was, well, how close are we gonna get?
We realized early on that one of their criteria for what sustainable housing would be it means that it has to include usage of natural materials. And we realized that straw bale and also tule was material that they use in some of their traditional homes. So they really want to incorporate a lot of that into these new homes that they're building now. The goal is to show that these homes actually will have at least a 30% savings on electricity usage and roughly a 25% savings on water usage. And the plan is to take this model and then use it to build an additional 2 homes. And if those homes work well, and if we still are saving those energy and water consumption reduction, the plan is to take those designs and expand out to build an additional 23 new homes.
They call Ryan, Uncle Ryan, my kids. My kid wants to be an engineer. Kinala, the one that's here with me today, they played Legos together.
They have a young kid aspiring to go to Berkeley to be an engineer. That's a big thing, and the collaboration has had a lot to do with that. I think Pinoleville feels very much like it's kind of on a cutting edge, and that is another change from when reservations were dumping grounds. And now this place is building a reputation for trying new things and advancing the thinking on the way tribal people do things.
Another project that I'm really excited about is a sustainable surfing project. And I think that's another one that brings in the passion for surfing with a passion for sustaining the environment.
The Sustainable Surfing Coalition is it's a loose group of stakeholders from different parts of the surf realm. The whole mission of the coalition is the simple one. It's just research, education, and community to research the good solutions to sustainability based in life cycle assessment and scientific metrics, to educate consumers and surfers about the threats to the ocean, the threats to the environment, and really the best way to improve their own sustainability, and also to foster community to really have a synergistic collaboration. Life cycle assessment is the study of the environmental and human health impacts that arise from all products and services, and not just the products and services, but all the life cycle stages that go into it. So for example, for a surfboard, there was a foam blank that had to be made, fiberglass that had to be laid on the foam blank, and you look further upstream and you see that, eventually petroleum was used to make a chemical to make the foam blank, and fiberglass actually comes from silica, so it was mined out of a quarry somewhere. So you kind of have this whole chain of these upstream processes. So in my original Cradle to Grave, I made some recommendations. Surfboards can be reused a lot more than they are today, and in fact about half the boards I have are reused or reclaimed, and we've started a surfboard recycling program in conjunction with RERIP in San Francisco to kind of further that aim. The most green board is one you don't have to manufacture because it already exists somewhere.
The Luz Foundation funding allow us to create the Engineering and Business for Sustainability program, and the long-term sustainability of the program itself is assured by its initial success.
But one really delightful aspect, an unexpected consequence of the grant is that we are in other countries. I've been invited to give short courses in India, a week-long course to train the trainer. I've also worked with the Autonomous University in Mexico City, and they have created an entire duplicate course based on our course, and we team teach it in parallel. So this semester I'm teaching the course, a graduate course between engineering and the Haas School of Business. And in Mexico, at UNAM, they're teaching the same course, and we have some teams where there are students from both Mexico and the United States on those teams.